I will be discussing the distribution and circulation of music magazines. Circulation is how many copies of that magazine are sold. Distribution is how readers can get a hold of and access magazines. I analysed a popular rock music magazine called Kerrang, and between the 1st of January and the 30th of June 2013, the average circulation was about 37,603, and the average actively purchased was about 31,420. So that meant that they got 99.4% of their copies actively purchased. The Kerrang magazine has had a 12.2% year-on-year decrease, so now have an average circulation of 33,024, which is a drop of 6% period on period. This isn't a huge decline in circulation for Kerrang compared to some of the other big magazines, so I'll probably still make a physical version of my magazine to sell. One of the main reasons for the decrease in circulation among magazines is because most of the content seen in magazines now can be accessed online, either in online versions of magazines or through social media or just online. So that means that less and less people are actually buying physical copies of magazines because they can get all the information they need for free by using the internet and social media. An example of this is NME magazine. The decrease in circulation had a very big impact on them. When NME first started up, they were selling about 75,000 copies per week. Then at their peak, they were selling over 250,000 copies per week. But then in 2014, they were selling just over 15,000 copies per week, which was a 20% year-on-year decrease. So NME decided to start giving their magazine away for free as an online version. As NME went as a free online magazine, it helped to increase their circulation again, which meant that more people were looking at their content. This meant that they could charge more for advertisement on their online version of NME, which is how they make all their money now, just through advertisement. There has been a 5% decrease in the circulation with paper copies of magazines, whereas there's been a 21% increase in the in the circulation with digital magazines. So when I create my magazine, I'm going to make both a paper copy and a digital copy. The most common way we've seen magazines being distributed is through bricks and mortar, and this is selling magazines in shops. However, bricks and mortar does have its problems, as you have to not only pay to get the magazines printed, you also have to pay for them to be transported to the shops. And so if you don't sell as many magazines, you're going to lose out on the money that is paid to print and transport them. Also, the retailer doesn't make much money from your magazines, so that means you have to share revenue with them. This is why we see more and more magazines switching to online versions, because by distributing magazines digitally, you avoid all these problems of transportation costs and printing costs. However, digital versions haven't been as successful as people thought they were going to be. For example, Total Film magazine makes 16.4% of their circulation from their online editions, and this is one of the highest. Also, magazines like NME give away freemiums, which is giving away high quality content for free. So this makes it more popular because people don't have to go to the store and pay for it, they can just access it wherever they want.